Husband, 35M, wants me, 34F, to end all phone calls in his presence. What are your opinions on this? For context, on the days I work I call my brother and sister to catch up. We all live in different states and have been close, especially since our parents died. When I declined to go with him to the store tonight, I told him I was going to stay home and call my sister back. He really wanted me to go, but I said, "You don't like when I come home on the phone or talk to my family in general." His answer, "I just like talking to you when you get home." He then changed his tune just slightly when looking at my face and said, "Well, you can come home on the phone but not for a long time." WTF. Mind you, my brother and sister have already made comments that they feel like when he is home I can't talk to them. He is always in the background and will not give me peace unless he is at work. I purposely try to make any phone calls before he gets home. Otherwise he will complain that I am not paying attention to him. My husband and I have been having trust issues. He had an emotional affair last year with an ex. We have been doing counseling but it has not been helpful. I'm just curious what you would do in this situation with your spouse. At times he makes me think I'm unreasonable, but I keep coming to the same conclusion. He is the problem. My husband and I have been having trust issues. He had an emotional affair last year with an ex. It is my understanding that it is not unusual for people who have cheated, emotionally and/or physically, to think their partner would do the same thing. In your place I would not let him keep me from calling my family. Before I got to the emotional affair bit, I was heavily assuming he was a cheater. It's wild how often you hear of cheaters projecting onto their innocent partners. From what you've said, he sounds untrustworthy and controlling. Don't let him isolate you from friends and family. He is projecting onto you. The fact you feel the need to change how you speak to your family when he is around is very telling. I would guess you are talking to them about the counseling and he doesn't like the discussion. He's trying to isolate you from your family. Abusive and controlling. And he's already had an affair? He is the problem. Know what happens if he gets his way. You're completely cut off from your family. Completely stuck with him, and then he goes swanning off cheating on you even more. He knows his cheating would drive you away, so instead of stopping with cheating he's trying to make it so that you can't leave. I have to agree with your conclusion. Sounds like there is some unhealthy and oppressive projecting on his part. Along with that, it seems he is attempting to lessen the communications and weaken the bonds you have with your sources of love and support outside of him by making it uncomfortable and putting you in a position of not worth the conflict of speaking as often and freely as you'd like with them. In my opinion, this is a red flag you should take heed of and seriously consider why and where this abusive, controlling behavior, and it is absolutely abusive, could lead to if, likely when, it escalates. What does he have against telecommunications? You ask me what I would do. Well, I would leave. Seriously. What are the good part of being married to this guy? He emotionally cheated on you. He accused you of cheating after he emotionally cheated on you with an ex. He wants to control how much you speak with your family. The excuse now is that he wants your attention when you are at home. But this will escalate to always when you blink. Hell, he already is saying how long you can stay on the phone. Your family noticed that you are being controlled, even not living close to you. Your husband is a parade of red flags. I wouldn't be surprised if he blames you on the cheating because you gasp. Talk to your family. The cheater is projecting and using control as a way to turn the situation around. This is why we leave cheating assholes. Darling, his dick didn't randomly wander. He made active choices to lie and cheat. Now he feels that you will do the same, and instead of groveling and begging for your trust and forgiveness, he turns it around to make it so you can't talk to anyone but him so that you won't leave him. Prove him wrong. Keep talking to your siblings. Keep a checklist of every single time he pulls out the toxic asshole husband card and use that list to finally convince yourself that your marriage ended the minute he made the active decision to pursue his ex. I think I've been on my sub too much, cause my immediate thought is that he is trying to drive a wedge between you and your siblings to remove your support system. At best he's a self-centered At worst he is trying to isolate you and make it easier to abuse you and extremely difficult for you to leave him. I know it's just Reddit's usual thing to jump to, it's abuse. Leave him, but I would at the very least really think about your relationship. And definitely do not stop communicating with your siblings. Controlling. Manipulative. Cheater. Why are you wasting your life with someone like this? He's a garbage husband and a partner. Don't waste your 30s on this man. Get out and start over and find someone who loves and respects you. I keep coming to the same conclusion, he is the problem. Now solve for X. Woman tipping hand, medium skin tone. Is he trying to isolate you? Does he act the same if you try to spend time with friends? The next time you're on the phone and he's acting like an ass in the background, put on your shoes and go for a walk while you continue your conversation. Don't let him limit you. If counseling isn't working and he's accusing you of cheating since he did, you might have to accept that the relationship can't be fixed. He's trying to isolate you in order to control you. Why? I feel like I am at a chokehold while reading this. This is too much. Why is he like that? OMG. I am sorry, but your guy is such an asshole. He sounds controlling and reminds me of my best friend's ex-husband. He didn't want anyone other than him having her attention. It got worse over time. I flew to visit her once and he had to come along with us everywhere we went. Like when we went shopping, and it was obvious he was miserable having to walk around the mall and the markets with us. I didn't realize how he was until then, and I commented to my friend later. I also later found out he has to check her phone messages any time she texts. He later said she can't talk on the phone when they are together, and he even got mad if she pet their dog or played with the dog when he was home. It only got worse. Thank goodness she finally realized she couldn't live like that anymore and they got divorced. To me this is a red flag, and I'm sure there are probably others as well. Trust me. Based off of my experience, it didn't get better at all, and I know you were trying so hard to make your marriage work, but I don't think it's possible when he's acting all controlling like that. Even though he is the one in the wrong, it'll suffocate you, and you're married to him, so it's a full-time commitment, but you don't have to force yourself to continue with a man like that. Lots of solid advice and hot takes I agree with. Just wanted to add it is totally normal to talk on the phone around your spouse. I love it when my husband talks to his family and his friends, in my presence or not. We moved far from his fam, and he talks to his parents and siblings a few times a week. Anywhere from 10 minutes to hours. Sometimes we'll be in the middle of something together. Cooking dinner, a TV show, playing a game, whatever. When he'll get a call, he will sometimes say, "Oh, I don't need to answer this," or apologize to me about answering. I always tell him to not worry about it. Staying connected to family is so important. How your husband is treating you isn't right. Don't let him gaslight you. You are not being unreasonable. Projection. I would tell him to stop interrupting, that I am on a call. Are you a child? Do you need directions? Or are you an adult that can make her own decisions? Your husband sounds jealous, controlling, and unreasonable. It's your decision how much of this behavior you'll tolerate. He may be all of these things IDK, but it is how I see him in your description. He can only behave this way if you allow it. If you participate.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.